मूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। ललाटे त्रिपुण्ड्रीनितिलकृतकस्तूरीतिलकः स्फुरन्मालाधारस्फुरितकटिगौपीनवसनः दधानो दुष्टारं शिरसि फणिराजं शशिकलां प्रदीपः सर्वेषाम् अरुणगिरियोगी विजयते। Nithyanandam. We welcome all the viewers of Kailasa TV to the morning Uttamotama Seva here in Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devasthanam. Here in Adi Kailasa, the Punya Kshetra, where the Avatar himself lived and energized this very ground with his divine presence. Here resides the ancient banyan tree, the Kalpa Vriksha, which is the very form and the very manifestation of Paramashiva that cuts across multiple dimensions of the cosmos. This banyan tree came in a vision to His Divine Holiness Jagadguru Mahasanidam, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, in the early years of his mission, and called Swamiji to this very spot, where Swamiji found, under the tree, in the cave, a Swayambhu Linga, a most sacred, energized by Prakriti, nature itself, a Shiva Linga for all of mankind to worship, offer their prayers, and receive the grace and blessings of Paramashiva himself. Any boon or any healing asked under this tree to this Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Linga is granted immediately, and he gives supreme love and dedication. This Linga, this Swayambhu Linga, has been installed by Swamiji in the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devasthanam in a Balalayam for all the world to worship. Sri Rama himself, Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, worshipped and stayed under this banyan tree and worshipped this very Linga. Sri Rama always kept a habit to reside during his Vanavasa, during his exile, always kept a habit to reside wherever there is a Jyotirlinga, wherever there is a Linga for him to worship, wherever there is Shiva for him to worship. Here, this very Linga has been worshipped by Sri Rama, by Anjaneya, Hanuman, and it is here installed and receives the 6 Kala Puja, the Shat Kala Puja, every day as per the Kamika Agama. The Shat Kala Puja is the following of the daily routine of the deity from the time he wakes up till the time the deity goes to bed. The deity is an Archa Avatara, the living incarnation of Paramashiva, receiving and responding to all the prayers and worship of the devotees. Today, in the Kalasanti Kalam, that is from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., we offer to Sri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva the Uttamotama Seva, which is a grand offering prescribed by Paramashiva himself that he attains or he gives the title as the best of the best Sevas. The best way to connect with any divine, the simplest way, the undercurrent that you can maintain in any way, whether you see the deity now or you will see the deity later on, or whatever way you connect with any deity, the best way is through gratitude. The attitude of gratitude gives tremendous healing and tremendous life positivity into one's daily life. In this early morning time, when we immerse ourselves into the deep feeling of gratitude, that feeling will stay with us throughout the day and bring all the auspicious blessings from the existence that surrounds us, from Paramashiva himself. So, let us bring ourselves into this restful state of awareness and bring gratitude into our hearts, thanking Paramashiva for all that was, for all that will be, and all that we are grateful for. Let us ready and chant the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Manifest the power in all our third eye. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eye. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the power in all our third eye. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the power in all our third eyes. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिव समारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि पराशक्ति मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ललाटे त्रिपुण्ड्रीनिटिलकृतकस्तूरीतिलकः स्फुरन्मालाधारस्फुरितकटिकौपीनवसनः दधानो दुस्तारम् शिरसि भनिराजम् शशिकलाम् प्रदीपः सर्वेषाम् अरुणगिरियोगी विजयते। ओम गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदान् शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ओम श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। ओम नमो भगवते रुद्राय। ओम नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यव उतोत इषवे नमः। नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यामुतते नमः। यात इषु शिवतमा शिवं बभूव ते धनुः शिवाशरव्या यातवतया नो रुद्रमृळया याते रुद्रशिवा तनूरघोरा पापकाशिनी तयानस्तरुभाषन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिचाकशीः यामिषुं गिरिशन्तहस्ते बिभर्षस्तवे शिवां गिरित्रतां कुरु माहि गुंसि पुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वतसा त्वा गिरिशाच्छा वदामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत् अध्यवोचदधिवक्ता प्रथमो दैव्योऽभिषक् अहीगश्च सर्वाञ्जम्भयन् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुण उत बभ्रुः सुमङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्रा अभिदो दिक्षु श्रिता सहस्रशो वैशागुं हेडईमहे असौ यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उतैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन्नुतहार्यः उतैनं विश्वाभूतानि स दृष्टो मृडयातिनः नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीडुषे असोजे अस्य सत्त्वानोऽहं तेभ्यो करन्दमः प्रमुञ्च धन्वनस्तमुभयोरार्त्नियोर्ज्याम् याश्च ते हस्त इषवः पराता भगवो वप अवदत्यधनुस्तगुं सहस्राक्षशते शुधे निशीर्य हृल्यानामुखा शिवो नः सुमना भव विद्यं धनुःकपर्दिनो विशल्यो बाणवागुम् उत अनेशन्नस्येषव आभुरस्य निषङ्गतिः याते हेतिर्मीदृष्टवहस्ते बभूवते धनुः तयास्मान् विश्वतस्वमयक्ष्मजा परिभुज नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधायानातताय धृष्टवे उभाभ्यामुदते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने परिते धन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् वृणक्तु विश्वतः अथो य इषुधिस्तवारे अस्मन्निधे हितम् नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकालाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय नित्यानन्दाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। नमो हिरण्यबाहवे सेनान्ये दिशाञ्च पतये नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यत्पशूनां पतये नमो नमः सुस्पिञ्जराय त्विषीमते पथीनां पतये नमो नमो बभ्लुषाय विव्याधिनेन्नानां पतये नमो नमो हरिकेशायोपवीतिने पुष्टानां पतये नमो नमो भवस्य हेते जगतां पतये नमो नमो रुद्राय तदाविने क्षेत्राणाम् ॐ दशाङ्गं गुगुलोपेतं सुगन्धं च सुमनोहरम् आग्रे सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यतां धूपमाघ्रापयामि। ॐ साज्यं त्रिवर्तिसंयुक्तं वह्निना योजितं मया ग्रहाणमङ्गलं दीपं त्रैलोक्यतिमिरापहं दीपं दर्शयामि। ॐ अमृते अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्षिणि अमृतं श्रावय श्रावय स्वाहा अमृतं महानैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। नैवेद्यान्तरमाचमनं समर्पयामि। ॐ तन्महेशाय विद्महे वाग्विशुद्धाय धीमहि तन्नः शिवः प्रचोदयात्। मङ्गलं गिराजनं सन्दर्शयामि।
There are 1,000 sacred sentiment associated with why we pour milk, ghee and honey on Shivalinga. In those days, the best possession you can have is a cow. The work you need to do whole day is taking care of them. So the fruit of your whole day's action, the karma pala, is a milk. And you churn that and get ghee. The whole day effort's essence is our life. We offer it to the representation of Sadashiva, towards whom we feel highest sacred sentiment. We decide to take part with that essence as our gratitude offering, the offering of the sacred sentiment we carry about Sadashiva. When you read the scriptures, if you have enough reverence and feeling connection, the sentiments, layers of sentiments behind those words will resonate in your heart.
The Srimad Kamikagama, Paramashiva's foremost sacred scripture, describes thousands of sacred sentiments. It reveals the grandest offering, or the Seva, that can be offered to Paramashiva. It is the Uttamotama Seva. Of all the offerings that can be offered to Paramashiva, the Uttamotama Seva is the best of the best. Every day, at the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalayam, the sacred sentiments of the Uttamotama Seva are celebrated. It is only here that the direct words of Paramashiva on how he should be worshipped are performed in the most authentic way.
The real Kailasa, the dimension of the Kailasa, as reflected in few places. The hill form reflected on the Kailasa, which is in Tibet. The Kalpataru under which Sadashiva is sitting is reflected on this banyan tree as this banyan tree. The Kamikagama very clearly says, Kailasa Dakshine Shringe Nanascharya Samanvite. Southern side of the physical Kailasa, under the banyan tree, Sadashiva sits. Sadashiva revealed the Agama under this banyan tree to all those rishis and Kapil Mahamuni. And when Sri Ramachandra came to south, he was living in this Ramanagara. That time, the Swayambhulinga under the banyan tree, now which we have in the name of Nithyanandeshwara Sadashiva, this was the Jyotirlinga available in this whole area. So, he used to do puja every day here. This was his Ishtalinga, understand? Here, this was Swayambhulinga, which was there before. He used to worship. And under this banyan tree, Sadashiva revealed Vedas and Agamas and Upanishads to Sri Ramachandra. Again, after Sri Ramachandra went back to Ayodhya, victory, Hanuman asked Sri Rama to teach the essence of the science of moksha. Sri Ramachandra goes into Nirvikalpa state and comes out under this banyan tree and explains all the 108 Upanishads as he received from Sadashiva and chronicles it. Understand? The last revealed scripture, Muktikopanishad, that was revealed by Sri Ramachandra Prabhu to Hanuman under this banyan tree. It's a kshetra, understand? It is not just a temple. If you are born in Kanchi, Mukti. If you have darshan of Chidambaram, Mukti.
If you die in Kashi, Mukti. If you remember Arunachala, Mukti. Even if you remember the person who remembers this Kshetra, you will have Mukti.
Uttamotama Seva that we offer every day here at the Nithyanandeshwar Mahasadashiva Devasthanam to Nithyanandeshwar Mahasadashiva Parishiva and Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti is an intricate ritual that is described by Mahasadashiva himself in the Agamas. It includes so many various offerings that are there that come from the best of Vedic tradition. From the instruments to the offering of food that should be offered to Sadashiva at that time, to the dance and the various types of dance and the way it should be danced. All these, including the different mantras that should be chanted, taken from different scriptures, taken from different parts of the Hindu subcontinent. The Uttamotama Seva is described by Mahasadashiva as the best of the best. Why should we offer the best of the best? When we can cognize ourselves and hold ourselves to be the best. Swamiji has said it once before. He calls it, I'm a very simple man. I like the best. And for us, Swamiji is a manifestation of Mahasadashiva himself. When we create, when we offer anything, we work very hard all our lives to make best for ourselves, the best for our children. Out of a deep gratitude, out of a deep prayer also, the Uttamotama Seva can be offered to Sadashiva as he lives here as the Kalpavriksha, as the one who gives whatever you ask. Whatever you ask, Sadashiva will give. And that is the uniqueness of the Sadashiva that lives here in the Nithyanandeshwar temple. Whenever we think of what we have or what we do or why we do, we think it should be the best for ourselves and it should be the best for our family and our children. In the same way, we should think and we should move in deep devotion to offer the best for Sadashiva. And the various offerings are all there, described by him. Offering these sevas raises our consciousness to live and celebrate the rich tradition that Swamiji is.
ॐ तन्महेशाय विद्महे वाग्विशुद्धाय धीमहि तन्नः शिवः प्रचोदयात् महामङ्गलनीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि
Finally 16, youthful. Commit with Paramashiva. Only he exists. Anything else is delusion. Now, sit straight. We'll enter into the process.
Yeah. Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
आनन्दगन्धकमलमध्ये राजितं निर्विकल्पं सदसदखिलभेदातीतमेकस्वरूपं प्रकृतिविकृतिशून्यं नित्यमानन्दमूर्तिं विमलपरमहंसं नित्यानन्द भजामः। ओम अनंताय नमः। ओम अनंत पुण्यफलदाय नमः। ओम अखिलांड कोटि ब्रह्मांड नायकाय नमः। ओम अखिलांड कोटि ब्रह्मांड रूपिणे नमः। ओम अखिलांड कोटि ब्रह्मांड जनकाय नमः। ओम अजाय नमः। ओम अजाय नमः। ओम अनिमाद्यष्टसिद्धिदाय नमः। ओम आशुतोषाय नमः। ओम अव्ययाय नमः। ओम अर्धनारीश्वराय नमः। ओम अवस्थात्रय विनिर्मुक्ताय नमः। ओम अव्याज करुणामूर्तये नमः। ओम अनाथनाथाय नमः। ओम आनंदगंध निलयाय नमः। ओम आर्तत्राण परायणाय नमः। ओम ईप्सित फलदायकाय नमः। ओम उष्णीषधराय नमः। ओम उत्सवप्रियाय नमः। ओम कलिकल्मषहारिणे नमः। ओम कर्मफलदायकाय नमः। ओम कार्यकारण विनिर्मुक्ताय नमः। ओम कैवल्यपददायकाय नमः। ओम कृपाकराय नमः। ओम त्रयस्त्रिंशत्कोटि देवता सेव्यमान पादाब्जाय नमः। ओम सर्वकामध्वंसिने नमः। ओम कल्पतरुमूलवासिने नमः। ओम कल्पतरवे नमः। ओम निष्कलाय नमः। ओम नामरूप विवर्जिताय नमः। ओम भक्तवत्सलाय नमः। ओम सर्वव्याधि प्रशमनाय नमः। ओम सर्वाधि निवारणाय नमः। ओम पापज्ञाय नमः। ओम सहस्रारूढ़ाय नमः। ओम भक्तहृत्पद्म सुस्थिताय नमः। ओम सच्चिदानंदाय नमः। ओम वेदवेदांत वेद्याय नमः। ओम परमात्मने नमः। ओम सर्वसाक्षिणे नमः। ओम योगनाथाय नमः। ओम तत्वज्ञानप्रदाय नमः। ओम मायापाश विवर्जिताय नमः। ओम पशुपतये नमः। ओम करुणासागराय नमः। ओम प्रेमस्वरूपिणे नमः। ओम कालातीताय नमः। ओम भाग्यवृत्ति परिवर्तकाय नमः। ओम सर्वस्वतंत्राय नमः। ओम स्वातंत्रदायकाय नमः। ओम निर्विकल्पाय नमः। ओम शरणागत वत्सलाय नमः। ओम बिडिपुरीशाय नमः। ओम शांताय नमः। ओम समस्त कल्याण गुणान्विताय नमः। ओम परंज्योतिषे नमः। ओम सोमसूर्याग्निनयनाय नमः। ओम भावगम्याय नमः। ओम सर्वान्तर्यामिने नमः। ओम जगद्व्यापिने नमः। ओम भवबंधन खंडनाय नमः। ओम भवचक्र प्रवर्तकाय नमः। ओम दक्षिणामूर्ति स्वरूपाय नमः। ओम पतित पावनाय नमः। ओम भगवते नमः। ओम जगन्नाथाय नमः। ओम सकलैश्वर्य प्रदाय नमः। ओम स्वामिने नमः। ओम रक्षाकराय नमः। ओम नित्याय नमः। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम विश्वयोनये नमः। ओम भस्मप्रियाय नमः। ओम भस्मत्रिपुण्ड विलुप्त ललाटाय नमः। ओम सिद्धवृंद वंदिताय नमः। ओम सकलागम संवेद्याय नमः। ओम रुद्राक्ष प्रियाय नमः। ओम रुद्राक्षाभरणाय नमः। ओम भक्तिवश्याय नमः। ओम निराधाराय नमः। ओम
निराकाराय नमः।
ओम गुणातीताय नमः। ओम पुराण पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः। ओम चित्तवृत्ति निरोधकाय नमः। ओम ध्यानगम्याय नमः। ओम धर्माधर्म विवर्जिताय नमः। ओम नित्यतृप्ताय नमः। ओम निरहंकाराय नमः। ओम मृत्युंजयाय नमः। ओम सर्वोपाधि विनिर्मुक्ताय नमः। ओम निर्गुणाय नमः। ओम गुणमयाय नमः। ओम मरणोर्विनाशनाय नमः। ओम समदर्शिने नमः। ओम मर्त्यामृताय नमः। ओम दीनबन्धवे नमः। ओम मातृभूतेश्वराय नमः। ओम मधुरधिक तितीक्षावते नमः। ओम संप्रदाय प्रवर्तकाय नमः। ओम सर्वमंत्रार्थाय नमः। ओम सौलभ्य परिपूर्णाय नमः। ओम समाधिस्थिताय नमः। ओम वरदाय नमः। ओम सर्वशास्त्रार्थाय नमः। ओम पंचकृत्य परायणाय नमः। ओम दिव्यदेहाय नमः। ओम अतुलित शक्तिवते नमः। ओम भवरोग भेषजाय नमः। श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः।
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
निर्नः पातु कृत्तिकाः नक्षत्रं देवमिन्द्रियम् इदमासां विचक्षणम् अविरासं जुहोतन यस्य भान्तिरश्मयो यस्य केतवः यस्येमा विश्वा भुवनानि सर्वाः सकृत्तिकाभिरभिसंवसानः अग्निर्नो देवस्तु विदेत धातो ॐ श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरि पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः। नक्षत्रदीपं सन्दर्शयामि। पादोऽस्य विश्वाभूतानि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि त्रिपादोर्ध्व उदयेत्पुरुषः पादोऽस्येह भवात् पुनः ददो विश्वं व्यक्रामते शासनानशने अपि तस्मात् विराड जायत विराजो अधिपूरुषः स जातो अत्यरिच्यत पश्चाद्भूमिमथो पुरः यत्पुरुषेण हविषा देवा यज्ञमतन्वद वसन्तो अस्यादिराज्यम् ग्रीष्म इत्म शरद्धविः सप्तास्यादन्वरिधयः त्रिसप्त समिधकृताः देवा यज्ञम् तन्वानाः अबध्नन् पुरुषम् पशुम् तञ्यज्ञम् बर्हिः प्रोक्षन् पुरुषम् जातमग्रतः तेन देवा यजन्त साध्यार्षयश्च ये तस्माज्ञात् सर्वहुतः सम्भृतं वृषदाज्यम् अशोकस्तागिश्चक्रे वायव्याने आरण्याङ्ग्राम्याश्च ये तस्माज्ञात् सर्वहुतः हृदः सामानि जज्ञिरे छन्दागुंसि जज्ञिरे तस्मात् रजुस्तस्मादजायत तस्मादश्वा अजायन्त एकेतो भयाततः गावो हजग्निरे तस्माज्जाता अजावयः यत्पुरुषं व्यदधुः कदिधा व्यकल्पयन् मुखं यमस्य कौ बाहु कावूरुपादा उच्येते ब्राह्मणोऽस्य मुखमासीत् बाहुराजन्यकृतः ऊरो तदस्य यद्वैश्यः पद्भागं शूद्रो अजायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षो सूर्यो अजायत मुखादिन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च प्राणाद्वायुरजायत नाभ्या आसीदन्तरिक्षम् शीर्ष्णोद्यो समवर्तत पद्भ्यां भूमिर्दिशश्रोत्रात् तथा लोकाकुम्मकल्पयन् वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसस्तु पारे सर्वाणि रूपाणि विजित्य धीरः नामानि कृत्वाभिवदन्यतास्ते धाता पुरस्ताद्यमुदा जहार चक्रः प्रविद्वान् प्रतिशतसहस्रः तमेवं विद्वान् अमृत इह भवति नान्यः पन्था अयनाय विद्यते यज्ञेन यज्ञमयजन्त देवाः तानि धर्माणि प्रथमान्यासन् ते हनागं महिमानः सजन्ते यत्र पूर्वे साध्या सन्ति देवाः अध्यसम्भूतपृथिवीरसाश्च विश्वकर्मणः समवर्तताधि तस्य स्रष्टाभितद्रूपमेति तत्पुरुषस्य विश्वमादानमग्रे वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् तमेवं विद्वानमृत इह भवति नान्यः पन्था विद्यते जनाय प्रजापतिश्चरति गर्भे अन्तः अजायमानो बहुधा विजायते तस्य धीराः परिजानन्ति योनिम् मरीचीनां पदमिच्छन्ति वेधसः यो देवेभ्यः तपति यो देवानां पुरोहितः पूर्वो यो देवेभ्यो जातः नमो ऋताय ब्राह्मये ऋतं ब्राह्मं जनयन्तः देवा अग्रे तदब्रुवन् यस्त्वैवं ब्राह्मणो विद्यात् तस्य देवा सन्वशे प्रीष्यते लक्ष्मीश्च वज्ञो अहोरात्रे पार्श्वे नक्षत्राणि रूपम् अश्विनो व्यात्तम् इष्टं मनिशान अमुं मनिशान सर्वं मनिशान ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ सहस्रशीर्षं देवं विश्वाक्षं विश्वशम्भुवम् विश्वं नारायणं देवमक्षरं परमं पदम् विश्वतः परमान्नित्यं विश्वं नारायणगुं हरिम् विश्वमेवेदं पुरुषस्तद्विश्वमुपजीवति पतिं विश्वस्यात्मेश्वरगुं शाश्वतगुं शिवमच्युतम् नारायणं महाज्ञेयं विश्वात्मानं परायणम् नारायणपरो ज्योतिरात्मा नारायणः परः नारायणपरं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं नारायणः परः नारायणपरो ध्याता ध्यानं नारायणः परः यच्च किञ्चिज्जगत्सर्वं दृश्यते श्रूयते विवा अन्तर्बहिश्च तत्सर्वं व्याप्य नारायणस्थितः अनन्तमव्ययं कविकुंसमुद्रेन्दं विश्वशम्भुवम् पद्मकोशप्रतीकाशकं हृदयं चाप्यधोमुखम् अधो निष्ठ्यावितस्यान्तेनाभ्यामुपरि तिष्ठति अन्तर्बहिश्च तत्सर्वं व्याप्य नारायणस्थितः अनन्तमव्ययं कविकुंसमुद्रेन्दं विश्वशम्भुवम् पद्मकोशप्रतीकाशकं हृदयं चाप्यधोमुखम् अधो निष्ठ्यावितस्यान्तेनाभ्यामुपरि तिष्ठति ज्वालमालाकुलं भाति विश्वस्यायतनं महत् सन्ततगुं शिलाभिस्तुलम्बत्याकोशतन्निभम् तस्यान्ते सुजरगुं सूक्ष्मं तस्मिन् सर्वं प्रतिष्ठितम् तस्य मध्ये महानग्निर्विश्वार्चिर्विश्वतोमुखः सोऽग्रभुग्नि भजन्तिष्ठन्नाहारमजरः कविः वीर्यगूर्ध्वमधशायी रश्मयस्तस्य सन्दता सन्तापयति स्वं देहमापादतलमस्तकः ॐ राजाधिराजाय प्रसख्य साहिने नमो भजं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातो कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः
Let Paramashiva
ఓం న తత్ర సూర్యో భాతి న చంద్రతారకం నేమా విద్యుతో భాతి కుతోయమగ్నిః తమేవ భాంతమనుభాతి సర్వం తస్య వాసా సర్వమిదం విభాతి. ఆనందకర్పూర నీరాజనం సందర్శయామి.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham.
ఓం దశాంగం గుగ్గులోపేతం సుగంధం దశమనోహరం ఆగ్రే సర్వదేవానాం ధూపోయం ప్రతిగృహ్యతాం ధూపమాగ్రాపయామి. ఓం అమృతే అమృతోద్భవే అమృతవర్షిణి అమృతం శ్రావయ శ్రావయ స్వాహా. శ్రీ నిత్యాందే శ్రీ పరాశక్తి సమేత శ్రీ నిత్యాందేశ్వర పరమశివాయ నమః. నానావిధ నైవేద్యాన్ని నివేదయామి. ఓం తన్మహేషాయ విద్మహే వాగ్విశుద్ధాయ ధీమహి తన్న శివ ప్రచోదయాత్. మంగళ నీరాజనం సందర్శయామి. ఓం యోపాం పుష్పం వేద పుష్పమాన్ ప్రజావాన్ పుష్పమాన్ భవతి చంద్రమా వా అపాం పుష్పం పుష్పమాన్ ప్రజావాన్ పుష్పమాన్ భవతి య ఏవం వేద యోపాం ఆయతనం వేద ఆయతనమాన్ భవతి. వేదోక్త మంత్ర పుష్పాంజలిం సమర్పయామి. దేవదేవోత్తమ దేవతా సార్వభౌమ అఖిలాండ కోటి బ్రహ్మాండ నాయక శ్రీ నిత్యానందే శ్రీ పరాశక్తి సమేత శ్రీ నిత్యానందేశ్వర పరమశివ చతుర్వేద ప్రియ చతుర్వేదమోధారయ. హరి ఓం అగ్నిమీళే పురోహితం యజ్ఞస్య దేవం పృథ్విజం హోతారం రథధాతామం. హరి ఓం ఆసత్యేన రజసా వర్తమానో నివేశయన్నమృతం మర్త్యం చ హిరణ్యేన సవితార్థేన దేవో యాతి భూనా విపశ్యన్. హరి ఓం అగ్న ఆజాహి వీతయే గృణానో హవ్యదాతయే యహోతా సత్యవర్హిషి. హరి ఓం షణ్ణో దేవీరభిష్టయ ఆపో భవంతు పీతయే షణ్యోరభిస్రవంతు నః. హరి ఓం దేవదేవోత్తమ దేవతా సార్వభౌమ అఖిలాండ కోటి బ్రహ్మాండ నాయక శ్రీ నిత్యానందే శ్రీ పరాశక్తి సమేత శ్రీ నిత్యానందేశ్వర పరమశివ ఆగమ శ్లోక ప్రియాగమ శ్లోకాన్ అవధారయ. అజర అమరతామేతి సోనిమాది గుణాన్వితః యోగినీనాం ప్రియో దేవి సర్వమేలాపకాదిపః జీవన్నపి ముక్తోసౌ కుర్వన్నపి న లిప్యతే. దేవదేవోత్తమ దేవతా సార్వభౌమ అఖిలాండ కోటి బ్రహ్మాండ నాయక శ్రీ నిత్యానందే శ్రీ పరాశక్తి సమేత శ్రీ నిత్యానందేశ్వర పరమశివ స్తోత్ర ప్రియ స్తోత్రం అవధారయ. రత్నైకల్పితమాసనం హిమజలైః స్నానం చ దివ్యాంబరం నానారత్నవిభూషితం మృగమదా మోదాంకితం చందనం జాతి చంపకబిల్వపత్రరచితం పుష్పం చ ధూపం తథా దీపం దేవదయానిధే పశుపతే హృత్కల్పితం గృహ్యతాం. దేవదేవోత్తమ దేవతా సార్వభౌమ అఖిలాండ కోటి బ్రహ్మాండ నాయక శ్రీ నిత్యానందే శ్రీ పరాశక్తి సమేత శ్రీ నిత్యానందేశ్వర పరమశివ ద్రావిడ వేద ప్రియ ద్రావిడ వేదమవధారయ. శివా త్రిచిత్రంబలం மந்திரமாவது நீர் வானவர் மேலது நீர் சுந்தரமாவது நீர் துதிர்க்கப்படுவது நீர் தந்திரமாவது நீர் சமயத்தில் உள்ளது நீர் செந்துமர்வாயுமை பங்கன் திரு ஆலவயான் திருநீர். சிவா திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். देवदेवोत्तम देवता सार्वभौम अखिलांड कोटि ब्रह्मांड नायक श्री नित्यानंदे श्री पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव परमशिव शक्ति आविष्करण प्रिय परमशिव शक्ति आविष्करणमवधारय
Nithyanandam as part of today's Uttamotama Seva towards Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Shri Parashakti Sameta Shri Nithyananda Shri Paramashiva and our beloved Swamiji Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam. We are offering this segment of Shakti Avashkarna, manifesting the Shaktis of Paramashiva towards his feet. In today's manifestation of powers, we're going to be looking at the power of manifesting the power of consciousness over matter. Before entering into the demonstration, few description about the power and how Swamiji, His Divine Holiness, brought it into existence. In the Vedas and Agamas, which are the source book of Hinduism, Paramashiva, Shiva himself, has already been described this power of consciousness over matter. In the Agamas, there are about 463 plus powers, and one such power which we are going to look and manifest is this consciousness over matter. Swamiji, His Divine Holiness, has experienced the space of enlightenment at his tender age of 12, and he is able to transmit the whole experience towards ourselves and manifest as a reality. The only thing which is needed for a person to manifest these Shaktis is Diksha. Diksha means initiation from the Master, who is really experienced from what he has experienced within himself. So Swamiji very beautifully tells there are about 4 different pramanas, evidence, before we look into these Shaktis. The first is Shastra Pramana, which are the scriptural evidence from the Vedas, Agamas, Puranas, or Mahabharatas, or more. Today's this Shastra Pramana, which we are going to look into, is from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Dharana 105, verse 95. Let's recite the mantra before getting into this manifestation of demonstration. क्वचिद् वस्तूनि विन्यस्य शनै दृष्टिं निवर्तयेत् तज्ज्ञानं चित्तसहितं देवि शून्यालयो भवेत्. The translation goes, by the one who fixed his mind into the inner space of Paramashiva, Shiva himself, the one who holds the matter in front, any object, through the consciousness by commanding in the space of oneness, getting connecting with the Master, the Divine, one can manifest this power. So this is the translation of the verse from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra and Swamiji's own experience, as I said earlier, that whatever experience which he is able to transmit to all of us, that very truly even he has an experience within himself in a young age where his gurus trained him and made him manifest this power of Paramashiva. In this power of consciousness over matter, where Swamiji has been moving many rocks in the Himalayas, in Badrinath, in many different temples when he was in his life of Parivrajaka and when he was small at the age of 10. Many different masters such as Raghupati Yogi, Arunagiri Yogeshwara trained him to manifest this power of Paramashiva. And now he is able to transmit to all of us because he himself has an experience about how the manifestation will happen for a person. So before entering into this manifestation, the few steps is now we'll be connecting with ourselves with the space of oneness. Oneness means you and Swamiji, you and the Divine, you and the God are one and the same. You are not different, the God is not different. And by chanting the Mahavakya Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, the sacred vibration energy of these mantras to invoke Swamiji directly into wherever you are to manifest this power. So now, let us all get connected ourselves in the space of oneness with Swamiji and chant the Mahavakya and manifest this power. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda. with this, we offer these power manifestation signs, the Shaktis of Paramashiva, as part of today's Uttamotama Seva towards Shri Nithyananda Parashakti, Sameda Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam, and our beloved Guru, Swamiji, who made us manifest this power, Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam. Thank you, Nithyananda.
I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. We welcome you all in today's Nithyananda Satsangh introduction. I am Sri Nitya Gyan Prabhananda
And I am Sri Nitya Sharbeshwarananda Maharaj.
and we will tell you about today's activity. Before we proceed, let us introduce the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, the ancient civilizational Hindu nation. As the living incarnation of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is an avatar described in Hinduism.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revived the science of power manifestation, yoga, and created temple-based universities for humanity. The sovereign order of Kailasa, revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and the Nithyananda order of monks, nuns, and Hindu diaspora are working for global peace and to give a super-conscious breakthrough to humanity.
Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest Hindu university with extended campuses in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading, and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is ordained as the 233rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Kanchi Kailasa Sarvajnana Peetham, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also the incumbent emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Samrajyam.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is a present 293rd Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam of Kailasanota Shamla Peetha Sarvajnana Peetha. He is the present Mahamandaleshwar, the supreme spiritual head of Mahanirvani Akhada, the largest apex monastic order of Hinduism.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of Atal Akhada. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the present 23rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Dharmukti Swargapuram Adinam. Swamiji is elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1000 Hindu leaders. So now we will present today's Panchangam. So we are telling about the Nithyananda Panchangam, today's Panchangam. What is Panchangam? Panchangam is the Hindu almanac. Pancha means 5 and Anga means limbs. The 5 limbs of Panchangam are Tithi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga and Karana. The positions of the sun, moon and stars are used to know the quality of the astrological combinations at any given time. The elements of the Panchangam are not merely measures of time and space, but are living celestial divinities whose daily blessings are auspicious and always benevolent. Before every ritual, we chant the Panchangam, detailing our location on planet Earth as we record our Sankalpa to the cosmos, ensuring our Sankalpa becomes a reality. So today's Panchangam is Palavanam Samvatsara, Mesamasa, Krishna Paksha, Tritya Tithi, Guruvara, Anuradha Nakshatra, Varyan Yoga and Vanich Karna.
News and updates from Kailasa. Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu University enters into the second day of the Paramashivoham Level 2 Season 27th, crossing over 406 days of unbroken online services to people from over 100 countries. If you want to register in Nithyananda Hindu University, please visit the website Nithyananda Hindu University exphosted.com and go to the registration section.
Paramashivoham, it's not just a meditation program, it is pushing humanity to the next level of consciousness, to the consciousness of Paramashiva, the ultimate super consciousness as per Hinduism. The season 27 has started from 20th April 2021. To register for Paramashivoham, visit at paramashivoham.org.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, prays to Paramashiva for the safety of lives in Assam following the 6.1 Richter scale earthquake in northeastern India, Assam, and the countries affected including Bangladesh, Myanmar, Bhutan, and China.
Further, Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for Global Peace and Religious Tolerance, in conjunction of this year, being the year of global peace and trust, invites global citizens of all sectors to join us in healing, empowering, and enlightening, especially during these testing times. To be a part of this, you can visit at kailasa.tv/minutes for peace.
Parashakti Akashic reading. On the 9th of 28th April, devotees experienced the rare sacred signs where Devi Parashakti, manifesting through the Nija Avatara, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, showers us with the revelations from the cosmic archives.
Yes, Maharaj. So, we have seen this Parashakti Urulva. We want to tell something about this to our viewers. Parashakti Akashic reading. In 2018, Swamiji spoke about, he made a statement, please do not die for the next 3 years. And this statement was heavily trolled, and the media mafia attacked Swamiji for this statement. But what they were not knowing was that an incarnation can see the past, the present, and the future. And from that context only, Swamiji has given a hint of the impending future. We want to show our viewers what Swamiji has spoken in 2018, and then we will talk about how Parashakti Akashic reading is a solution to that.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. I guarantee you, I will reach you wherever you are. I'll reach you wherever you are. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive for next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. Understand? It will be as easy as putting the bread from your plate into your mouth and converting that into your blood. That's it. I will make enlightenment as easy as the bread in your hand getting into your mouth and becoming blood. I will reach it to you wherever you are. It's my commitment to humanity. Understand? Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else. Just
Nityanandam. So we have seen Swamiji has has said that please do not die for the next 3 years. At that time, people could not understand why Swamiji is making this statement, because there was nothing like a pandemic.
Exactly.
But it became a reality. Whenever an avatar, an incarnation says something, it has a meaning. But this statement was heavily ridiculed, mocked, and a lot of propaganda was done against this. I want to show our viewers, some of the news articles, how they were trying to mock this thing.
In the screen we can see the India Today article where they are mentioning how Swamiji has mentioned that he will open everybody's third eye by 2021.
And you can see the tone that in which they are speaking is like they want to ridicule it.
There's another news clip from Free Press where they are again mocking Swamiji, and It is just a glimpse of how several news channels, several media mafia, anti-Hindu elements had been portraying Swamiji in bad light and negatively stereotyping the sacred signs of Third Eye.
So now we will, because of all these persistent attacks, Swamiji has to clarify also. Swamiji has again spoken about this, that what he meant by this statement that please do not die for the next 3 years. We will have a quick look on that video.
Paramashivoham. When I say don't die for next 3 years, do not die within next 3 years. Somehow be alive. I will reach out to you. I really mean, please understand, it's not that I have some marketing plan through which I am going to reach out. I know when something powerful happens, how powerfully it reaches out to the whole world and it reaches out to the whole humanity. I know the powerful way Paramashiva is manifesting through this body. I know he is going to do the job. That is why I am so confident and putting this in public record. Just be alive, don't die within next 3 years. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment signs. Of course, whether to have it or not is your freedom. He will reach out to you free of charge, free of any other commitment. As easy as putting the bread from your plate into your mouth and making it into your blood. Understand? Of course, you will have a freedom to put it from the plate into your mouth or not. That's your freedom. But I'll serve it in your plate and bring it to you. That easy. It will be reached out to you.
Nityanandam, so we have seen that Swamiji has clearly again stated this statement that please do not die in the next 3 years. See, there is some limitation to what an incarnation can reveal. An incarnation cannot reveal everything because the people are not ready, and there is some cosmic plan and cosmic Leela that is happening. So that cannot be revealed totally. But the hint has been given that there is something which is coming up in the next 3 years which is not conducive to remain alive. But this is not what we want to convey. We want to convey the solution for this. Swamiji has not only told about this impending problem, impending pandemic, Swamiji has also said that how he is going to help the humanity to come out of this. And Parashakti Akashic reading is one of the such things.
Yes, Maniji. Parashakti's Akashic reading is the solution for the world suffering from COVID and COVID-caused problems. We request all our viewers to not miss Parashakti Akashic reading. We are going to have a reading today also at Kailasa's SPH Nithyananda YouTube channel and Kailasa's SPH JGM Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page.
The program will start at 4 p.m. IST and the darshan will happen at 8 p.m. IST. We request all our viewers, please like, share and subscribe to Kailasa's SPH Nithyananda YouTube channel, Kailasa's SPH JGM Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page and @Sri Nithyananda Twitter handle. And please do not forget to click on the bell icon. So, we were also talking about Maharaj, that how Hinduism is contributing to the life of the people and how people can contribute to Hinduism, people can contribute to Kailasa.
Yes, Manishji. So we have Keithan Gebyod, who has contributed $1. Thank you, Keithan, for your contributions.
Our viewers may think that why we are mentioning the name just for $1. Swamiji has given this very beautiful context. When we give big amount like our SGP and SGP Kartas, Sarvang Jnana Peeth Kartas and Yajmans, when they give their money, their wealth, it is in millions and billions of dollars. But when a person gives every day a small amount, every day towards the cause, every day towards the deity, every day to the guru, that makes the Kailasa built in him. When people give the money for the people, for the bigger cause, they build the Kailasa inside and outside also. But this habit of giving a small portion of your income, a small portion of your wealth every day builds the Kailasa inside you. That is why it is important to give even a small amount every day.
Whenever we give even a small amount, it keeps the Dharma Chakra alive. It keeps the cycle of goodness alive in this world.
And we also request our viewers that whatever question you have, if you feel, if you want to talk anything about that, you can send your messages on the live chat and we will be responding to you. If you want to know anything, you want to comment on the things that we are doing, and if you want to support us, please comment on the live chat on Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. So, as our daily section is EBC of Hinduism, we will be presenting why we do
What we do.
Today's topic is the Gotra system. So, what is Gotra system? Maharaj, can you explain?
Gotra system is a scientific process in Hinduism where our rishis, our enlightened masters, our enlightened seers have developed a system where the DNA of a community, is trained across multi-generational, by a multi-generational system. For example, if a particular group of the society is specializing in the fine arts of temple construction, on making the artistic work which we see on the stone, which are magnificent, which nobody can fathom how it can happen in such a short period of time. When some group is specializing in that, the talent, the expertise, the training is passed from father to son, it goes on for a generation. So it's a multi-generational training. Apart from that, there are some lifestyle specific training. For example, no alcohol. Normal construction might not be affected by intoxicated lifestyle, but when we are constructing a Hindu temple as per the Agamas, there are certain lifestyle we need to follow. All these add together, and the very DNA of the people who are practicing this science changes.
Yes, Maharaj.
The epigenes express in a particular system, and our rishis have developed a system in which this DNA combination, which is a summation of the natural selection process and the conscious breakthrough process, is preserved and encoded. That encoding system of the DNA is called the Gotra system.
Yes, we will hear it directly from Swamiji's mouth. Before we move ahead, we want to thank Calgary Mailer and Sri Kailasa Spiritual Tourism for their donations. Thank you. So let us have a look why the Gotra system.
This is what we call in Vedic tradition the Gotra. Which Rishi's Gotra you belong to, we say. The Gotra is your code of other living spaces, components of other living spaces which is in you. That code is the Gotra. If you say Bharadvaja Gotra, the energy and experience and the DNA Bharadvaja represents is there in your body. And you can access to those energies very easily. If you take up the mantras and spiritual practices delivered by Bharadvaja, immediately you can decode your DNA and the Akashic records can open. So the Gotra you belong to is the keyword, password for the huge information available to you in the form of Akashic records. Our Gotra is nothing but a code word for a special DNA layers. Please understand, our rishis have mastered the science of inserting the specific biomemory into a specific DNA layers. So our Gotra is the code word for those special DNAs. When a child is born in certain Gotra, this set of knowledge is already learnt by him. You just need to provide that ambience, he will recover, he will start expressing everything. Please understand. When I was 7, I started reciting the whole Ramayana, Mahabharata, all the 20,000-30,000 verses of Devaram Tiruvasagam by heart. When I was 7, I started reciting all these. I did not even learn language or script. I did not even know Tamil script or Devanagari script, in which all this knowledge is there. I was not even able to read Devanagari script or Tamil script, but I can recite all the thousands of verses from Valmiki Ramayana, from Vyasa's Mahabharata, from Devaram Tiruvasagam. The moment that ambience was provided, whatever was in the DNA, in the biomemory, started expressing. So the Gotras are the code word for DNA. I am really going to put a lot of effort on studying these Gotras and DNAs. Why those traditions of Gotras need to be maintained. And I will also prove, scientifically establish, picking up the kids from each of the Gotras and making them demonstrate that knowledge branch and prove that those memories are stored in that layer of DNA of each Gotra. I know that is the reason these anti-Hindu forces are terrorized by me, who doesn't have anything other than this 4-inch tongue. I do not have any weapon. I don't have anything. Just the 4-inch tongue where Mahadevi Saraswati is sitting. I'll contribute to the world by reviving these great truths, why our rishis established this Gotra system. And the Gotra system was created to properly protect and keep the Y chromosome and avoid genetic disorders. Understand? To avoid the genetical disorders and to protect and preserve Y chromosome, and above all, to protect all the major knowledge branches. Many of the knowledge branches have been preserved in the DNA. I tell you,
I can pick up kids from each Gotra below 7 and make them recite the whole Veda branch belongs to that Gotra, who has not even read any script or heard anything from anybody. Just opening the DNA, I can make that kid recite the whole Veda of that branch. Each Gotra took the responsibility of preserving one Shaka of Vedas. I can make them recite. I'll do it and show. Till now, anything I claimed, I have not missed it. I took little time, but I demonstrated it. Now I'll do this. This is the way I will also bring all the lost Vedas back. Whatever Shaka, whatever knowledge branches were lost, I'll bring them back. I'll make them, I'll put it on record. I'll get them all out. It is possible. I'm not talking something about something which is not possible. The Gotra system and the whole community system has a deep meaning. I also commit with you guys. I'll bring back the Gotras and have semen bank of Gotras so that the future can decide which Gotra they want, what kind of kids. I'll use the modern science to keep this unique DNAs developed and gifted to the world by our rishis. This is my humble offering to the rishis. It is time we start developing the new humanity, new generation, by providing all the best things we had and we have. Only then the world will understand why we had a community system, why we had a Gotra system, why we marry only between some Gotras and not between some Gotras.
So Maharaj, we have seen Swamiji has given very detailed and logical explanation of the Gotra system.
So we have one question from our viewer Pavan K, who is asking, how do we identify our Gotra? Gotra is inherited from our ancestors. It goes through the blood, but we can also receive our Gotra through a master, through initiation. In fact, some Gotras of, for example, the Marwadi community, Agarwal Marwadi community, they were initially Kshatriyas, and later they kept down their weapons and exchanged it for the weighing balance. There's a story behind it. And Raja Agrasen gave everybody a brick and a coin. That is we can say it's almost like a legend, but it's the truth. So Raja Agrasen gave every person who entered the city a brick and a coin, and he would go to each and every person in the city, and each and every person would do the same thing. He would give him a brick and a coin, and they started the civilization like that. So he developed some 19 Gotras. So Gotra can be obtained by initiation into a lifestyle by an enlightened master, and it can also continue through the blood. But it is the practice, if we maintain the practice. For example, many of the Hindu communities, I am sure it's a very natural thing for people in India, but not so much for the Western population. The Hindu communities can very easily claim that they have remained vegetarian for more than 5,000 years.
Yes. For example, many Brahmin communities of the south, of north also, who practice continuously the unbroken lineage of the family, and they maintain it.
They maintain vegetarianism for multiple generations, spanning multiple thousands of years. Unfortunately, in the world today, we are in such a time that two people are not able to share their life for more than a year, and people we observe a very high divorce rate in the world. But here in Hinduism, we are talking about multi-generation continuation of the tradition, continuation of the promise we make to the enlightened masters, the commitment we make to our gurus, and it just spans for 10,000 years. That is what is embedded, encoded in the Gotra system.
And Swamiji has taken as resolve that he will revive this Gotra system.
Yes.
And I request all our viewers, to support Kailasa, to support this whole thing that is happening for the revival of Kailasa, revival of Hinduism, the Enlightenment ecosystem. Please support Kailasa. You can do many things. One of those is you can just give a small portion of your wealth every day as just a e-hundi. We are not asking you for much amount. We are just asking 1 unit of your money. It shows it matters much. It matters for us. It shows that you support us. And when you support us, we feel expanded. We feel that our efforts are bringing fruits. So we request all our viewers, whenever you get a chance, whenever you want, please support Kailasa. You can send your offerings through the e-hundi, through the super chat and super sticker on Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel.
Yes, Manishji. So we have another question from a participant, Sagari Joshi, who's asking, they want to know how they can understand the Arulvak when it is in Tamil.
So the Arulvak, as Devi manifests through the Nija Avatara of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. But the language used by the Devi is the original colloquial Tamil, that Tamili, it's actually Tamili. So what comes out of the Nija Avatara, what comes out of Swamiji is the language used by Devi. But you can get the translations of this whole thing on the Facebook. And you can search for different via profiles. We have people who make the translations and post on Facebook.
Yes. So let us move on to our next segment. We will be continuing from where we left, but just a very quick recap. We were discussing about the civilizing mission, how the European countries had, European colonial powers, to be very precise, had been enslaving indigenous native traditions around the world through a civilizing mission where they justified their enslaving the indigenous communities by claiming that they are civilizing, they are making the indigenous tribes, traditions, spiritual communities modern by colonizing them.
Yes, and we have also seen its repercussions in the Hindu society in India.
So we saw how this was established by Lord Macaulay, who was in charge of the education department. He was also in charge of the war, and he was also in charge of the law commission about implementing different laws. He was holding multiple portfolios at different times, and he formulated a strategy to break the backbone of the Indian subcontinent, the Hindu civilization, Bharat, the Hindu nation, as we know.
And we also saw that there are two branches of ideology which is running in India, which is directly the brainchild of Macaulay.
One of them is the Neo-Hindutva group, which narrates the same modernization of what Macaulay was claiming, the civilizing mission in form of a modernization, progress. That is their brand. In the name of progress, they engage in destruction of heritage, Hindu heritage, and destruction of whatever we know as Hinduism for some cheap vote bank politics and cheap colonial manifestation, running the same ideas in the modern day.
And the second one is the Dravisha gang, the people who use rationalism to destroy, to attack Hinduism. For them, rationalism is insulting Bhagwan Ram, throwing away Hindu items, breaking temples, and destroying identity of a Hindu.
So I'll share a small quote from the founding father of the Dravish anti-Hindu atheist. Like yesterday we shared a quote from the founding father of the Neo-Hindutva ideology. So the founding father of Dravish anti-Hindu atheist philosophy says, if you see a Hindu priest and a snake, kill the priest first.
So this is the level of hatred Periyar, he is known as Periyar, had for the Hindu priests.
It is just a disguise where they are trying to marginalize a certain section of the Hindu community, but it is aimed at destroying the entire Hindu civilization. And a few interesting things of what they had done is, the civilizing mission is and was and has and will always be something not as per the Veda Agamas, not as per the Hindu tradition. It is something which has come from the colonial masters. So when they wanted to introduce this to the colonial subjects, they needed to give it a cover. They needed to brand it, rebrand it to make it look as if it is something very much needed. What the Dravish gang did in certain sections of the certain states of Indian subcontinent, they connected it with the language. They connected it with trying to connect it with the script and the ethnicity. So they claimed that that this is something which is true, so to say, Tamilian, and anything which is Hindu is not Tamilian. We know all the Hindu scriptures, so many Hindu scriptures, original Hindu scriptures, more than 5,000 years old, are all written in Tamil language. But he claimed that Tamil has got nothing to do with Hinduism. Hinduism has got nothing to do with Tamil. Whereas we know from Mahadeva's Damru, Mahadeva's hand drum, two languages came. From one side Sanskrit and one side Tamil.
And Maharaj, the Aryan and Dravidian conflict, this theory of Aryan invasion, it is pushed by this Dravish gang, which is the brainchild of the Macaulay, so that they can breed enmity between people from the North India and people from South India.
Not only between people between different parts of the Indian subcontinent, but between each other.
Also.
Dividing them, and ruling them. That is the divide and rule philosophy of the colonial empire.
Once someone feels disconnected from the identity, from the root, they become like an orphan, and it becomes very easy to manipulate them. That's why this Dravish gang, what they want to do is, they want to make all the people feel orphaned by cutting them from their past, from their history.
And Janaprabhaji, the narration, the hate speech, the hate narratives which they pushed and continue to push, they claim things like that the people of Indian subcontinent have got nothing to do with Hinduism. They try to portray Hinduism in the worst possible atrocious way, which is not true. These all things, they call it as rationalism. And what this superstitious thoughts is what they call rationalism. And our Smritis, Puranas, which have so many powerful cognitions, appear to them as backward and superstition. Whereas what they are pushing in the name of rationalism, for example, Aryan theory, which is not true, which has
Aryan
no proof.
invasion theory.
Aryan invasion theory. All these things they are pushing, all their racist, abusive, anti-Hindu, colonial agendas, they are pushing in the name of rationalism. And all the truths which is contained in the scriptures, they are claiming to be as superstition. If Hindu scriptures are superstition, why are so many companies, so many organizations from the West and from all around the world coming to India and doing research on the Hindu scriptures and filing patents after in Ayurveda and other fields? If Hindu scriptures are really not telling the truth, how would people secure so many patents?
Yes, and we have also seen that many of the inventions by the scientism is from the Hinduism. It was actually all written in the Hindu text, Hindu scriptures, and that was taken out and it was misused, misappropriated, and presented as their own by the scientism community.
So to give an example, the vaccination was called as inoculation during the 1800s, and we had something like 100 smallpox inoculators per 10,000 population in India during the 1800s. This is as per the British government statistics of that era. We have these records from the Indian House Library in London, Indian Archives Department. We have all these documents which we are not claiming is from us. It is originated from the colonial government. As far as the authenticity goes of these records, the then British government should be answerable. But we know very well they who wanted to show us as an inferior race for it to be easy for them to colonize us, they are in fact telling a great narrative about us, how we had so many medical specialists even in the villages. And they shamelessly copied the inoculation science and they rebranded it as vaccination without giving any credit. There's a clear-cut, there's a clear-cut trail of how the science was developed. It has not been always the case. For example, in the case of rhinoplastic surgery, which is the reconstructive plastic surgery of the nose and other such things, they have given due credit.
Yes. So we have questions pouring in for the Gotra system. I request our all viewers that we will answer that in further pre-satsang sessions. But now, if you have any question about how the Hindu genocide is happening, you can put your questions in the live chat. We will be very pleased to answer your questions about the Hindu genocide that is happening right now. So, as Maharaj was mentioning about how the community, scientism community has taken away something from Hinduism. For some they have given credit and for some they have not given credit. But the Dravis gang, what it has done is, Dravis gang and the anti-Hindu ecosystem in India, it has created such deep network that it has captured every aspect of the Hindu administration, in the Indian administration, police, law and everything. They have infiltrated into temples, they have infiltrated into education, they have infiltrated into religious policies, and through that they are controlling Hinduism. One of the ways that they are doing this is by taking our Hindu temples and trying, in the name of management, they are destroying the legacy. We will present one picture how the Supreme Court of India has spoken about this. So we are seeing that idol theft cases. What made Madras High Court warn the Tamil Nadu police chief?
We know the top officials of the HRNC department, the government's department, is looting Hindu temples, destroying Hindu temples, taking gold worth more than 100 crores, 200 crores, looting millions and trillions of dollars from Hindu temples in the name of what they call as modernization.
Yes.
In the next picture, we see how the High Court wraps the HRNC department for failing to protect temple land. The temple land is encroached by the state government and auctioned or sold for non-Hindu purposes and sometimes immoral purposes like selling of liquor, or some random purposes like bus stands, and sometimes atrocious reasons like having a graveyard for other religions. I don't understand why a Hindu temple land should become a graveyard for other religions. In this picture, we see a list of a huge list. In fact, if you visit the website stolengods.org, you'll find a huge list of Hindu deities kidnapped and smuggled all around the world and auctioned, where a very small fraction of them only were able to recover. Idol theft cases are massively widespread in the temples managed by the Dravish atheist groups. Here we see a news clip where the police chief is alleging the state minister and top police officials involved in the theft case, in the idol theft case, where Hindu deities are being kidnapped and sold. This is how thousands of Hindu temples, in fact 400,000 Hindu temples are being destroyed day in and day out. In this picture we see how the government department HRNCE, in the name of renovation, destroyed a Hindu temple and just disassembled it, and later claimed they do not know how to assemble it. If they did not know how to assemble it, why in the first place they disassembled it? With these cunning strategies, they are destroying one after the other temples which are thousands of years old and a manifestation of Hindu devotion.
The Archaeological Survey of India, it has captured maximum of the old temples, and what they do is they take over the temple and stop the religious activities in that temple. They make it as like a monument. This is the worst crime being done against the Hindu temples.
So we will see a short video where
we will see how Swamiji is reviving Hinduism through this temple movement. So I will present the slides, pictures, how Swamiji has done the Hindu Renaissance. On your screen you can see the Kodi Kandan Yatra.
this is from 2006. Kodi Kandan Yatra is a pilgrimage where the deities travel travel hundreds and thousands of kilometers on a rath, on a chariot, and give darshan, the divine sight, to devotees. Around 10 million devotees get the sight of these energized deities, and only after that they are installed in the temples. We can see how the deities traveled from all around the south of India to the north of India. This started from Kanyakumari and went and was supposed to go all the way till Kashmir, which is from the southmost tip of Indian subcontinent to the northmost part of India. We can see in the pictures how a large gathering of students and Hindu devotees had gathered from all around various places in different states of India, and just to get the darshan of these deities. Because the Hindu temples were being destroyed by the government and are still being destroyed by the government, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism decided to take temples to the people. If people cannot come to the temple, Swamiji made it possible for the temples and the deities to come physically and give darshan to the people. Here we can see how the yatra was flagged off from Kanyakumari, and a huge number of volunteers, peacekeepers of Kailasa, walked over thousands of kilometers spreading the peace message of Hinduism.
You can see the huge sea, huge ocean of people supporting this mission.
This is how Swamiji had started the revival of Kailasa, one person at a time, first awakening Kailasa inside each and every person. That's here in this picture we see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism doing the groundwork of temple construction. He has not just done the hard work of awakening people, he has done the physical hard work, right from picking up the stones and making the temples happen.
From brick by brick, Swamiji has constructed the Hindu nation Kailasa. He was working for past many years to make this happen. You can see Swamiji never hesitates even to pick up shovel to do the groundwork.
In this picture we can see, if we closely notice, Swamiji's hand is fractured. There's a bandage on his hand. This picture is although from 2013. It shows that Swamiji was, how committed Swamiji is to tireless working and enriching. Even with a broken hand, he's serving people Anadan, which is the energized, blessed, vegetarian organic food, and inspiring thousands of peacekeepers of Kailasa with his untiring, thankless hard work.
You can see the ex-president of India, Sri APJ Abdul Kalam. He said that I am happy that in mere 5 years the mission has spread to 33 countries. So Swamiji's work was not only appreciated by the religious people, it was also appreciated by the eminent personalities.
In the next picture, we can see how in a matter of 5 years, spreading over 33 countries with amongst all corners of the society, right from the ground level, in the hearts of every villager, in every small village in India, to the top bureaucrats, top diplomats and officials all around the world, presidents, prime ministers, diplomats, and an average villager all came and touched Swamiji's feet to get the blessings of the avatar.
So we will speak more about this tomorrow also. Right now, this is time to enter into Nithyananda Satsangh. So before we move towards the Nithyananda Satsangh, I want to remind our viewers that please do like, share and subscribe to Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel, Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page, and @Sri Nithyananda Twitter handle. And also there is a question from our viewer that with the deep infiltration of Dravish manipulation, how do we unite the Hindus to act in oneness to stop destruction and theft from Hindu temples? So we will be answering this question in the next session. So let us all sit straight with our head, neck and spine in a straight line and arms folded. Remember Swamiji in the Anand Gandha and reverberate ourselves with the Mahavakya to receive Swamiji for the Nithyananda Satsang. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
See yourself as 25-headed, 50-handed Paramashiva, as eternally 16, youthful. Commit with Paramashiva. Only He exists. Anything else is delusion. Now, sit straight. We'll enter into the process. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. I welcome you all with my love and respect and blessings. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Sarvanyapeta Yajamans, Kartas, Kotari, Tanedar, visitors, viewers, ministers, ambassadors, diplomats, everyone sitting with us. with my love and blessings. My blessings to New Zealand and Fiji Sangha, Kailasa in New Zealand and Kailasa in Fiji. I enjoyed your sincerity and integrity. Thank you. So beautiful. Practically, I know everyone, Gautamananda and Kavita, Murali, Kaladevi, Neha. I know every one of you. Love you guys. Only I'm not seeing Ma Deva Vedanta. I don't know where my Ma Deva Vedanta is, but love and blessings to all of you. I know every one of you, Ma Barbara. I know literally all of you by name, and blessings to the whole New Zealand Sangha. So beautiful. And blessings to all of you. Ma Deepika, Ma Neha, Ma Kavita, and Kaladevi. Blessings. Murali, every one of you, my blessings. Let's enter into today's satsang. Paramashiva's message directly from Kailasa. Listen. Listen to these 5 statements intensely. You will become enlightened and start manifesting powers now, immediately. I am not playing with your greed. I am playing with your consciousness. Listen carefully. I am not playing with your greed. I am playing with your consciousness. Listen to the 5 statements I am going to make now. These are the 5 sutras. I am going to reveal the sutras only now, doing Kandana Mandana and establishing the powerfulness of the sutra is the job of the Bhashyakaras, my Sampradaya, my disciples. Now, I am only going to reveal these 5 sutras. Listen. Listen to these 5 sutras. Sutra 1. The person, being, who is bold enough to deny existence of suffering and pain in your life, even if your mind brainwashes you and forces you to believe that suffering exists, in front of that mind, if you boldly stand and terrorize that mind by your powerful way of denying the existence of suffering, you become the space for Mahakala Bhairava, and no karma touches you. You establish yourself in the neutral zone called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. I'll repeat. Powerfully, if needed, arrogantly, with a tremendous pride, declare your Paramashivatva by arrogantly, if needed, illogically, even if it feels like stupid, terrorize your mind by denying the suffering and pain, just deny to accept the existence of pain and suffering. Do not look for solution. Do not look for compromised understanding. Do not look for quick relief. Do not look for alternative methods. Do not look for solution. Be powerful. Needed, even be arrogant or irrational, illogical, stupid. Anything is okay. Just deny the existence of suffering and pain. For all my disciples who knows I am truth, nothing but truth, Satya, I am giving this as initiation. You will all be successful in this initiation truth. Decide to treat your mind or anyone externally or internally trying to convince you that you have suffering, you have pain, treat them very cheaply, like a shit. Whether somebody outside or somebody inside, trying to convince you, brainwash you, that the suffering and pain exists, treat them like a shit, cheap. Listen carefully. Your conscious decision, suffering doesn't exist, pain doesn't exist. Even if I am terrorized by the pain and suffering, I will stand by my Guru Vak. Pain and suffering does not exist. Even if you are surrounded by the lava, molten, the melted stone, lava, declare, my Guru has told, there is no pain, there is no suffering. I will throw my jata for you to hold and lift you to Kailasa. Listen. Demonstrate your powerfulness, even if it looks like arrogance, in front of delusion which is trying to brainwash you. You have suffering, you have pain. Listen carefully. When you deny outright the existence of pain and suffering, the whole change goes on. The whole change happens in your system, creates space for Paramashiva. suddenly you will see the universe is moving around you. You are the center. Listen. Look for peace, you will enjoy bliss. Don't look for bliss, you will always land in hopelessness. Understand this first sutra. When I say deny pain and suffering, I am not saying look for bliss and joy. No. Look for peace. Deny pain, deny suffering, deny their very existence, not their reasons, cause. No. Shit is a shit is a shit. And the beauty is, the good news is that shit doesn't exist. That's the good news I have for you. Pain is a shit may not be a good news. But the shit called pain does not exist is a good news. Listen intensely. This one sutra can give enlightenment to all my disciples now. This moment. You can start manifesting powers. Just decide. I deny the existence of any form of pain and suffering inside and outside me. I am not interested in even recognizing the existence of pain and suffering. Forget about the causes. If you don't even accept the existence of that shit, why will you try to find the cause of that shit? Denial of pain and suffering gives you one of the greatest opening to look into the reality. Denial of pain and suffering, I am not teaching as a technique for you to practice. I am revealing this as a truth for you to wake up. Being my disciple, you don't have a right to suffer or have pain. Either be my disciple and renounce the right to have suffering and pain, or marry the pain and suffering and drop me. Decision to deny the pain and suffering and its very existence in any form is the pure neutral space, nirvikalpa samadhi in you. It does not come by practice, it comes by decision. It comes by decision, not by any practice. Decide. Enough. I went through this rut of pain, believing that pain and suffering exists, and then trying to find the cause, and then trying to find the solution. By the time I find the solution, I realize the solution is not working, and by the time I find that solution is not working, I am more frustrated, and with the more frustration I find more pain and suffering? The moment you accept the existence of pain and suffering, you put your leg on the sarukkuparai, slippery rock of delusion. After that, nobody can save you. So deny the very existence. Don't try to make a technique out of what I am saying. To all my disciples, I am giving a command, not technique, order. You don't have a right to have suffering or pain. By becoming my disciple, you have committed your life, your inner space to me, and you don't have a right to have pain or suffering. Listen carefully. When you decide the pain and suffering has no existence, this is the truth. Even till I realize, because Swamiji has realized he loves me, he will tell only good to me, and he will reveal only the truth to me. Because he has revealed, I know for sure there is no suffering, there is no pain, and I won't get brainwashed by any fellow who is trying to tell me that suffering and pain exists. Anyone who is trying to brainwash me is lower than my guru who is trying to wash my brain. My guru who is trying to wash my brain is far superior for me than anyone who is trying to brainwash me with the existence of pain and suffering ideas. The first sutra. The second sutra, listen. Second sutra, your mind reflects on your brain, and your brain is given a special power to rejuvenate itself in 1 year. In 1 year, the brain completely releases all the old dead cells and recreates itself. It's a modern day, even modern day science agrees. It is not only that Ayurveda, the Vedic biology, Hindu biology reveals this truth. Even the modern day science agrees with what I am revealing. Your brain completely replaces itself every 1 year. Listen. When your brain replaces itself, replenishes itself, recreates itself, it can either expand its possibility to radiate Paramashiva, or it can shrink its ability to radiate Paramashiva. Both possibilities exist, but there is no neutral. There is no neutral gear. There is no such thing as just, I am just stable. I am neither going down nor going up. No, that doesn't exist. Either you go up or you go down. That's it. So now be very clear. If you decide the truth today I am declaring, this first sutra, very arrogantly, have pride. You have Paramashiva as Guru. You have Paramashiva directly teaching you and initiating you. And you don't even need to practice what I am teaching. If you have the arrogance, Paramashiva is your Guru, you simply know what I am revealing is the truth and you just start living. Listen. very rare to have intimate feeling connection with me because I have created enough rumors and scandals around me. All those vada soda soda, cheap, shitty mind cannot get connected to me or accept me. It needs tremendous maturity even to feel this fellow is talking the truth. Even if you feel this guy is telling the truth and this guy seems to be loving me, be very clear, you are a matured guy. You think all these rumors and scandals which are getting created around me is not under my control? That's the way I cheat human beings. I tell you, if you feel these three statements, I think Swamiji loves me. And I know for sure Swamiji knows the ultimate truth. And I think Swamiji tells the ultimate truth to me. If you believe these three statements, or even any one of these three statements, just stand up and do a pradakshina. Namaskar means circumambulation of yourself. Atma pradakshina. Just love yourself. Celebrate yourself for being yourself. You are worthy of namaskara, pradakshina namaskara. That's a powerful blessing, I tell you. If you cognize even any one of these three statements, now what I am telling you will straight go into your system. I'll just nail it straight on your brain. Decide, be arrogant. I am disciple of Nithyananda. எங்க சாமி எவனையும் கேர் பண்ணாது. அத மாதிரிதான் நாங்களும். With this clarity, deny the existence of all kinds, types, dimensions of pain and suffering. Even if your brain tells, even if your mind tells, you are sinking in the ocean, the lava is surrounding you, burning your skin. Just tell, pain doesn't exist, suffering doesn't exist. I'll throw my jata and just lift you. Don't worry. Just lift you to Kailasa. And I tell you, death is not end. Mental breakdown is the greatest loss in the life. Not death. Be very clear. Death is not end of the life. It's not full stop. It's just a comma. The greatest loss in life is collapsing from powerful cognition, not death. Fools are those who teach death is the loss. Collapsing from powerful cognition is the greatest loss. Hold on to this powerful truth. Be very clear inside you. Powerfully deny the existence of suffering and pain. This is the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth. When you decide with this clarity and truth, the brain which gets rebuilt, newly built, gets rejuvenated, will just expand and reflect the pure cosmos. It will just open up to superconsciousness and vibrate Seva, 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 Seva. Hey, listen, our ancestors, rishis, not only knows the whole movement of sun, moon, 9 planets, far beyond the planets, even the stars, so clearly, the 27 stars and their movements they know. How do you think? Thousands of years before, in the Surya Siddhanta, they have described the whole cosmos so clearly because their brain was able to manifest, reflect the pure cosmos. Their consciousness was so peaceful in Shanti, established in Shanti. Careful, listen carefully. Deny the existence of pain and suffering and don't look for joy, bliss, excitement. Look for peace, Shanti, you will get it. You will get it. You will get it. When you look for Shanti, not only you will start enjoying the juice Shanti inside you, that juice makes you a matured being. Consciously matured being. And that maturity creates intense excitement, energy, bliss, joy as a side effect. Don't look for the side effect. So listen carefully. The first sutra, deny the existence of all pain and suffering, all dimensions and aspects of pain and suffering. Even if you are getting drowned in the ocean, just tell yourself, Swamiji said there is no pain or suffering. Come what may, let's see. But there is no pain or suffering. Be very clear. You won't have death. Death is not end. Losing the truth is the greatest loss than death. Society has brainwashed you too much. Society has brainwashed you too much by giving the multiple layered lies. Listen. This multiple layered lies catch your attention. Even if you are convinced about the one lie, gone. You have put your leg on the slippery rock and you will land in the end delusion. Don't. 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 deny the fundamental, foundational brainwashing technique used by society, deluded society on you about the existence of pain and suffering. Listen, it is not okay to be normal with absolutely sick social conditioning. Don't try to be normal with the shit, sick social conditioning. Meditate, contemplate, internalize all the statements today I am making. The first statement is about the truth, denial of all the brainwashing done to you about the pain and suffering. Second statement, this decision to be in truth will expand your brain's ability to reflect, radiate, manifest superconsciousness with the powerful cosmic space and this cosmic nada, Seva, 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 Mahanada, Seva, 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 Seva. When your brain develops the capacity to reflect and radiate the cosmos in the pure conscious form, your mind can never take possession of your brain and brainwash you to believe into anything called pain and suffering. This is the greatest liberation. This is the greatest liberation. Now, third statement. Listen to this third statement. I am having 25 heads, one consciousness. In you, you have broken yourself into 25 consciousness, even though you have only one head. One head, but working in 25 different, getting pulled and pushed in 25 directions. In my case, I have 25 head, but all integrated to one consciousness. That's why I can think 25 various things and manifest all the 25 various things at a time in a cool, stress-free way. Absolutely. I tell you, even the traitors, drohis, guru drohis, and criminals who conspired against me, even if you talk to them offline, they will tell, oh God, what a memory Swamiji has. What an administration capacity. How he knows thoroughly everything from end to end. Whether how many organizations are there in how many countries, or how many tumblers are there in each ashram, or in which ashram there is a compound wall, which ashram there is only fencing, in which ashram there is a borewell pump, and which ashram there is only a government water supply. Even the people who hate me, who cherish enmity towards me, who are Guru Drohis, even those Drohis, traitors, can't deny my ability to digest information and continue to function without losing the focus or getting distracted. Understand? That is because 25 heads, one consciousness. In your case, one head, conscious is broken 25 ways. One side, your hunger is pulling you in one direction. Another side, your lust is pulling you in another direction. Another side, your fear is pulling you in another direction. Another side, your insecurities are pulling you in another direction. This 25. That is why I am saying, deny the existence of all these so-called ideas of suffering and delusion outright. Don't even put the leg on the slippery rock. You may ask, oh, if I deny the pain and suffering, how will I live a practical life? Only after you deny the existence of pain and suffering, the practical life positive approach will start flowering in you. Till then, what you know is life negative. Nothing called life happened to you till you decide to learn, open up to the truth that there is no suffering, there is no pain. Till then, what you know is all cheap life negative game, slow suicide. I am giving you now, with the blessings and permission and grace, of Paramashiva, the very own powerful space of Paramashiva to all of you, the very own inner space of Paramashiva, powerfulness to all of you. This is initiation, not just instruction. Especially all my disciples. As I said, these three statements. Swamiji tells the truth. And Swamiji knows the ultimate truth. I think Swamiji loves me, so he will not cheat me. He will only tell the truth to me. In these three statements, even if you are able to believe, cognize one statement, you are my disciple. If you believe all three, great. As I said, you should stand up and do Atma Pradakshana for yourself and be proud of yourself. You can do all this for you and demonstrate your own love for you. You are blessed. You are really blessed. Because if you believe in these three statements, any one, your heart will start vibrating with this sacred truth I am declaring and revealing to you. You may not show your excitement outside because people, others are watching, but inside, you know, hey, I know what Swamiji is telling is the truth. That's me, that's me, that's me. He's talking to me. I think he's watching me directly in the Zoom. That's me. To me, he's talking. Understand? I'm talking to each one of you who are listening to me now. Who are listening to me now. decide to be with the 25 head, one consciousness. Not one head, 25 consciousness, broken as pieces. No. Your decision to be with 25 head and one consciousness will suddenly make you stress-free. Decide you are Paramashiva. Even if 25 things are going on in your head, you will live as one consciousness. Suddenly you will be stress-free and you will discover the peace inside you. The peace which is in the center of this universe. Your decision is enough, is what I am repeating. Now, the fourth statement, fourth sutra. Your decision to deny the existence of any form of pain, suffering, delusion, its aspects, dimensions, etc. mentioned and above not mentioned. Mentioned above and not mentioned, everything. Your decision to deny it. Makes such beautiful space in you. Simply start manifesting powers and play with the powers. That will give you tremendous confidence to strengthen powers and powerfulness and deny the existence of pain and suffering and the lower way of existing. This fourth statement, you should intensely listen repetitively and meditate, internalize. See, you become Bhairava. Mahakala Bhairava, Mahabhairava. Mahabhairava does not have karma. Anyone tries to attack him, they get the karma and they suffer. He himself does not have any karma. He is in a pure space. You establish yourself in that very space. You yourself will see clearly. When somebody does good to you, they get good. When somebody tries to do bad to you, they get bad. But you don't have any karma. You are not the initiator of karmas. And suddenly your past disowns you. Not that you disown your past disowns you. Your past should disown you. Then you are liberated once for all. Your husband should run away from you. Then you are liberated once for all. Now, I am not saying literally. I meant anything you want to get rid of, that should get rid of you. Then you are liberated once for all. You trying to get rid of your past is a cheap, stupid way. That is not Nithyananda way. Your past should get terrorized and should decide to get rid of you. That is Nithyananda way. That's the royal way of Kailasa, royal way to Kailasa. Your past should feel this guy, nut gone loose, screw gone loose. Not only the nut gone loose, screw gone loose, his main shaft itself is missing. So where will I go and fit myself in his life? It should get terrorized and just leave you. Listen. Take this teaching very sincerely and very seriously. And especially when you have a love for me, it will be very easy. Because, you know, I may sound a little cranky, but I tell the truth as it is. See, when you start loving me, the whole pseudo dignity of the society loses power over you. You are detoxed by the stupid social conditioning. You become pure space for Paramashiva's ultimate truths to manifest. Sit like Mahabhairava, Mahakala Bhairava. Hey, I am telling you the truth. You are Mahakala Bhairava. I am not brainwashing you. Actually, if I want to exploit you, I should tell you you are something lower than God. I should be brainwashing you into some lower identity so that I can continue to exploit you. But I am not interested in exploiting you. I am interested in expressing through you. You are my soulmate. You are my conscious life partner. I celebrate when you are liberated. Anyone who is now catching what I am saying and saying, yes, Swamiji told, I have no suffering, no pain forever. And I am deciding I have no suffering, no pain. You are my beloved now. I just want to hug you. You are my own. I have only one reason to tell the truth, because truth makes you fulfilled and makes me fulfilled. You are Kala Bhairava. Sit like Kala Bhairava and tell very clearly to your past, present, future. Hey, I am Kala Bhairava. Anyone tries to do good to me, they will be given good. Anyone tries to do bad, they will be given bad. But I am not initiator of any karma. I am the neutral, sacred space, Nirvikalpa Samadhi. If you throw laddu on me, you will get the laddu back. If you throw stone on me, you will get that stone back. If you throw the shit on me, you will get that shit back. but nothing will touch me and I will not throw anything. I will not be working, operating in any of the cognition level where this sick society operates. There is no concept of pseudo dignity and the reason to operate. Far from pseudo dignity. With this clarity, sit in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. I tell you that quality which oozes out from your consciousness into your body, it will actually literally bring that sweetness in your tongue. That is what is actually Amrita. Amrita means the principles of immortality digested, cognized by your mind and gets sunk, drilled, driven into your brain, and that brain's opening up, flowering, that Sahasrara Chakra flowering, and that honey pours inside the system, literally brings sweetness inside your throat. Amrita. Principles of immortality. Truths of immortality. When they are chewed by your mind and gets into your brain, the chemistry, alchemistry happens in you, in your biology, is nectar. Actually, I am tasting that this very moment. That's the reason I am taking a few seconds to settle down and speak. Now, the fifth statement. Listen to this fifth statement. When you start actively practicing this truth, express it in your inner image with yourself, through your outer image with others, all the conflict will become irrelevant. Be powerful, bold, to stand any stress created externally or internally. When you manifest this truth and demonstrate your vairagya and will persistence uncompromisingly, vairam vainda vairagyam, vairagya like a diamond, vajra, vajra vairagya. That's all. That's all. Listen, 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 listen to this truth and internalize. manifest. All of you are my loved ones, my near and dear ones, my soulmates, my beloveds. It's for all of you. I am keeping myself alive amidst so much of attack, whether assassination attacks, attempts, or defamation, identity, whatever the lies and shit, false pains, sufferings thrown on me, not only I deny them, I disgrace all those pain and suffering. Blessings to all of you. Let this initiation happen and all of you manifest this great enlightenment experience. The state, space, powers of Paramashiva. I also have a lot of proclamations and letters of appreciation from all over the world. I'll upload all of it in the Facebook and social media. Please enjoy them. Maybe I'll read out in further satsangs. Today we have 143 proclamation letters from all over the world. But now I wanted to give you all the time to meditate and be in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So with this I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living. Shuddhatvaita Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa, Paramashiva, Paramashivoham, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandana. Nithyanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanam Adidam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the mental states, consciousness, when they happen to you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerful. That's all. Your whole being and doing manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It's not work. It's cognitive shift. Understand? It's just cognitive shift. Power manifestation is cognitive shift. Play. Being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these things has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Power manifestation, cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work. Paramashiva. Thus, manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha, Radhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. It's Paramashiva Swarupa. That Purusha, Vamadeva, Aghora, Satyojata, Ishana, 5 faces, imagine. Sthiti, delusion. Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 faces. Now, listen carefully. Ishana, these 5 faces, does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even such liberation need to be created. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening of delusion. Prabhava need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those microbility as 5 phase. Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase. Aghora Murti as 5 phase. Tatpurusha Murti as 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as his 5 phase. Ishana Murti as his 5 phase. All these 5 Murtis, 5 phases put together is 25 phases of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Mahasadashiva, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, Supreme Enlightenment Civilization, Great Cosmic Borderless Hindu Nation. Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism, has made the science of power manifestation yoga temple-based university for humanity. So which in order of Kailasa, led by His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for a global peace and to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with the extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, and reviving, decoding, spreading, and reviving 20 million source books and many more. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamala Pita Sarvanya Pita. Ancient Apex Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has survived the worst prosecution of multiple assassination attempt on person and character by anti-Hindu Science of Power Manifestation. Science of Power Manifestation is authentic, time-tested, foolproof, and it is scientific. The Pramanas are the evidences. The Shastra Pramanas, the evidence from the Shastras. Shastras are the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Vedas and the Agamas. Apta Pramanas are the experience of the Rishi Shiva, which is authentic, time-tested and foolproof. The Atma Pramana are account of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatars, present personal experience of the power manifestation. Each and every power manifestation Bhagavan has played as his Leela. Shakshi Pramana, experience of millions of disciple, devotees, followers all around the world, initiated by Bhagavan, done on disciples, on Bhagavan himself and Balasans, measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. All of us understand that all these evidences are given for us to understand superconscious breakthrough in the humanity is the only way for us to exist. That is the next conscious shift that is happening on planet Earth. The sooner we start manifesting all the powers, even the arrogance to manifest the powers going beyond the pain and suffering. Let's go to the Shastra Pramana. Shasnyana Bhairava Tantra, Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Vijnana, consciousness, Bhairava, going beyond the mind, matter, and experiencing the consciousness, Tantra, the method in which we become Paramashiva, the consciousness itself. Dharana 31.
Instead of that, how we can see as in gratitude or full acceptance, then there
Bhagavan has beautifully given us the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra.
By the experience of such a blissful awareness, one becomes essential reality. Attitude or full acceptance, then there is no suffering to any of the happenings in our life.
Sorry for the technical glitch.
Acceptance, then there is no suffering to any of the happenings in our life. With that, let's go to the Shastra Pramana.
स्वदेहे जगतो वापि सूक्ष्मतराणि च तत्त्वानि यानि निलयं ध्यात्वान्ते व्यज्यते परा.
Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 54, Dharana 31. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constitution principle of your whole body, Swadeha, or the whole universe, simultaneously consist of the essential reality. They are being absorbed in the source, cause Sadashiva. By the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes revealed as to the relationship issues or all kinds of problems because of the delusion that we are in. And Bhagavan beautifully says how he is working from 25 heads and one consciousness, and how we are pulled into 25 directions with one head, and getting there we came down to experience. It's like $1 billion dad, and we are begging in the street, not understanding that we are billionaire's child. Bhagavan beautifully says, arrogantly declare that I am Paramashiva, I do not have pain, or going beyond the pain and suffering. How the Balasans are simply able to experience the beyond the pain. Many times, even when there is a fracture, which is the most horrible pain when you have anything to do with the bone, even a toothache is so painful. But these kids have had fractures and simply they were of no pain at all, not just one or two. All of them have simply experienced going beyond the pain. Even the chicken pox in their body was simply, Bhagavan has given us the science of going beyond the pain and says pain is a lie. It doesn't even exist. And there are community who deliver even children without any pain, even now in some villages in India. So the pain that we experience is just our delusion. The suffering that we are experiencing is our the delusion that we believe in. And he says how foolish it is. When you have $1 billion dad, why would you go begging on the street? Simply the powerful cognition should start manifesting as your reality because your dad said it. And because Bhagavan had told that you will not experience, it is not hard work. It is only the decision change in you which manifests as powers. Again and again, Bhagavan gives us the decision change for us to experience the ultimate superconscious breakthrough. Again and again, the simple decision to trust Bhagavan. As far as we understand it's not enough, good enough. It does not happen as our reality. We have to believe like a child. If a child goes to the mother and asks, what is this color? She looks at the blue and says, it is green. Simply the child will not ask any question. Where did you study? How do you know? Can you match another color and tell me? Or can I verify in the computer? Nothing. It just says, oh wow, the green color is so beautiful, mommy, and goes back. That is the simple integrity and simple obedience, simple trust with your Guru, that if you have, simply you will be manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva because he has experienced, he has performed. When Bhagavan fell from the horse and had a fracture, the first thing that came out of his mouth was not pain or suffering or anything. He was in Paramashanta Swarupa, and the first thing came out is to the disciples in front of him, don't worry, I am perfectly fine. Let's go to the hospital. Don't worry. First thing he is doing is healing others when he had multiple major fracture in his hand. And we witness right in front of us, there is no reaction at all. Absolutely in Paramashanta Swarupa. That is what here he says in this sloka, by the experience of the restful awareness. That is what we need to understand. How can you be restful awareness when something is going completely wrong in your life? But first, if you understand, it's not your life, it is your dream. That's where we make a mistake. And for second thing, we need to understand, we are Paramashiva, not the pain. If the clouds think they are more powerful than the sun, it is the silliness of the cloud. That's how it is for us. We think that we are clouds and we suffer. No, we are the sun's resisting all the powers of Paramashiva. That is what Bhagavan is again and again reiterating, and not somebody who's suffering. We have to wake up from that suffering, understanding it never even existed. That is the smartness Bhagavan says. Why are you suffering? When you understand it doesn't even exist, why would you suffer? The suffering starts when only if you decide there is something to engage yourself. If you step back and look at it, there's nothing to suffer because you understand. A person is suffering because he does not get a parking lot when he is searching in the parking lot. A person from a 10th floor is able to clearly see in 1,000 cars there's a parking lot and he can just point out where it can be parked. It's the same thing. Bhagavan is looking from a higher matured space and telling us there is no authority to the Guru, falling in love, tune with the Guru, and simply being in the oneness with the Guru and declaring, it's my conscious decision. I am Maha Kalabhairava. I'll manifest as Kalabhairava. I do not have any more pain or suffering. Simply the body. The beautiful saying it is not Bhishma Vada, but Bhishma Moksha. He got moksha. The whole science is how he was able to hold on till he was able to liberate himself was the science of Kaya Kalpa, because of the space that he held beyond pain and suffering. And he knows Krishna will simply liberate him. And he had the beautiful arrogance that Bhagavan is talking about, that I will be liberated, because Krishna manifested whatever he wanted. Even Arjuna bought Ganga and fed him with the water from Ganga. Just shot an arrow and got him the Ganga wherever he was. Simply everything is possible when you, if you decide to align. My Guru has said there is no pain and suffering. Again and again repeat it till you become that beautiful space. And Atma Pramana, Bhagavan himself explains for us in the Atma Pramana. Each of these evidences clearly show how these are manifested as our reality. Atma Pramanas are Bhagavan's very body, experience the ultimate. Atma Pramana is Leela's.
This experience awakened a very powerful knowledge and vision, clarity in me. I was able to understand everything, the sacred spiritual scriptures. I was able to realize all the truths described in the sacred scriptures, and I was able to vibrate with those expressions of the sacred scriptures. I can say this experience opened the intense energy flow. It opened me to the metaphysical world and the powerful healing energy flow, and it gave me tremendous confidence, courage, love, life, and experience of enlightenment.
And so how did that experience, which I think is so awesome that you're able to share it with everyone so that they can have that understanding from the perspective
as reality, and how he is giving us the beautiful signs of our manifestation of Kayakalpa body itself. Let's go to the Kalabhairava. Done. You're doomed. Tell that one slippery rock that you are not going to be slippery, but deny there is any to live as Kayakalpa as long as Bhagavan is going to live. And Bhagavan said many have walked out of cancer when they declared that very space that they're going to be eternally living as Kayakalpa, the most beautiful space for hundreds of years living with Bhagavan and manifesting all Bhagavan in spite of all the traumas that has created around him. And you know it works. You know you get healed. When you know so much, just believe yourself now that you are Mahakalabhairava. You are manifesting your reality, and you can manifest all your reality just by deciding, hey, I have $1 trillion dad. I do not have to beg. I just have to sign the check and go ahead. It will not get bounced because I know my dad will just fill in everything. That is exactly how power manifestation happens. Simply the other person, the copying of those cells and those mind where it has all the old records. That's why he's irrelevant. The past becomes irrelevant when you know it doesn't even matter to you. And there is no past which exists. There's only the moment, which is reality, that is existence, that is what we have. That is what Bhagavan says, power over now. That is all we have. In the now, we can experience everything. We can never go to past and experience or future and experience. We have the now, the moment, and have the power over it, Bhagavan says, and declare very clearly, I am going to heal this person who's in pain, and simply they'll walk out because they are extension of me. I am Mahakalabhairava blessing them, and I am going to see that happen right in front of me right now. So let's go to the instruction that Bhagavan has given and do it very authentically and completely in surrender to Bhagavan, that he is that you are Paramashiva, manifesting the reality that Bhagavan has given you as a task today. Beautifully, you will start experiencing the ultimate gift that Bhagavan has now showered, initiated, and made all of us experience the ultimate. Now sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Remember Paramashiva in your third eye. Again and again, bring your awareness to your Agnya chakra. The lower three chakras are run by the societal parasites and microbes. Drop all the cognition that you know as Maha Kalabhairava, healing everybody that you know. And after the session, go call them up and see. You'll be so surprised. So many changes has happened. Even Mahapariva, when there was a boy who fell down and he just gives one vibhuti and says, go and put on the forehead a little bit and it'll be healed, as though it's just a cold or cough. And this lady just trusted that very moment, ran to the boy, moved the bandage and put the little vibhuti, the sand, and found out there is nothing to do the surgery for and he's absolutely fine. And they told her they cannot believe what is happening. All this is possible when you hold that powerful space. That is what is all is required. One decision that my Guru powers and simply see what happens as my reality. Holding that not for checking it out or not for seeing whether it works, but in reality, removing your suffering, removing your delusion, and getting out of this delusion and being as Maha Kalabhairava, continuously manifesting your reality as powers. So this is what Bhagavan talking only on his words with your mind, nothing else. Tell the mind very clearly, you are not going to engage in anything else. Secondly, only wish Devi Baba and simply start suffering. Beautiful, not all these identity that you carry, which is not giving you any satisfaction because it is just a shadow. That now we are going to start chanting the Mahavakya from your navel center. Navel center is your life force center. Anything you do from your navel center, the deep breathing, simply will manifest as reality. We are always stuck with the gut bacteria and microbes, but you enforce deep breathing experience. Instead of 25 heads, we will be experience 25 heads getting pulled from 25 direction, one head getting pulled in 25 direction. We'll also have 25 heads and one consciousness integrated to manifest. I am Paramashiva, I am Mahakalabhairava, I am not the suffering, I am not the pain, I am not the food that I'm craving for, I am not the all reality. Now intensely sit and manifest this power by chanting the Mahavakya as 2 cycles that we'll have. Once you experience it, you can share it with the world. Now let's start chanting the Mahavakya. Sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line and start chanting the Mahavakya.
Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let the Amrita pour, let the Bhakti open up, manifest in all of us. Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nityananda Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Bhakti, let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers of Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Such a beautiful space that whatever you are manifesting right now as Maha Kalabhairava himself, being so integrated and obedient that Bhagavan himself manifesting through you, you can call up and verify with their reality. You can medically go and ask them to even see a scan and see how it has shifted. And we have records of so many of the balasins, even removing the kidney stones just in one healing. Bhagavan calls it non-invasive surgery when you have a heart. That is such a beautiful, restful awareness. And we have manifested in many of them these powers as reality. It's not that Bhagavan is giving some random science. The science which has had millions of people who have manifested and Bhagavan has manifested. Now, devotees, disciple, and balasans have demonstrated these powers many times for you, and so manifesting all these powers right from the Ujjain Kumbh Mela. The balasans have been demonstrating these powers, continuously healing so many people. I was shocked, and we went to Apollo Hospital, and they said the same thing. Only then my mother even understood that this is even possible. That is how our self-doubt is so deep. That is why Bhagavan said, do a pradakshina. You are my beloved. You, if you are here and manifesting, you are my beloved and I will manifest. Just give yourself a little time to settle the fluttering period. That's all it requires, because of the past decision. Simply see a new reality born in you right today, right now. We are going to heal one more person, or just you can sit in Padmasana and see how you can just manifest as your reality and see there is no pain and no suffering and nothing but just the space of Paramashiva happening in you. All you need to do is a decision, not hard work, not holding your leg and saying, oh, it's paining, I'll still do it because Bhagavan has said it. No, he says, do not ask the past to move away, but the past running away because your decision that Paramashiva is real. I am going to manifest my Kalabhairava dimension, that Maha Kalabhairava dimension, that Bhagavan only Maha Kalabhairava. Again and again, very clearly reiterate that space and manifest as reality. Again, what anything words given from you is only mind related. Mind cannot understand infinity because it's beyond that. You are infinite. Consciousness is infinite, absolute. Nothing can be added, nothing can be subtracted. So you cannot have pain because something is going away from you, because that cannot happen. So be in the space, I am Maha Kalabhairava, manifesting all the realities that Bhagavan has given. Now sit straight with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Start chanting the Maha Vakya, getting entangled in the quantum space. You and manifesting the reality. Don't go to the gross body with the visualization, verbalization that was from the past, but only Paramashiva as my verbalization, the truth he told, and visualization of the Devi Bhava Darshan or any of the darshans that you are entangling into, and be with the oneness capsule, chanting the Mahavakya ferociously and manifesting the reality. Let's start one more cycle of manifesting the power of going beyond pain.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita force, let the Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third, let the Amrita force. Let Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Beautifully, whatever you have experienced, now you can share it in the social media in tinyurl.com/power manifestation. Each of the sharing that we do is to reiterate our own space. Here cycles as a glimpse of the power manifestation. You starting to live the reality is most important. More and more you share and cause others reality, telling that you are Paramashiva. Taken pictures. Please share it in tinyurl.com/power manifestation. What is the use of sharing and causing others? Where is others? The others are in your mind. When you lose your identity, all of their identity is lost. Then they are also Paramashiva. Bhagavan, when he was asked, what did you see in others? He says, I see everybody as God. Ramana Maharshi runs to the Chitra Paunami days or to the gate to see everybody. It's surprising. People should come to see him. Why is he running? Because he says, each one is Arunachala walking around the hill and I want to see them and get blessed. Because they are in that space, they see only the same space in all of us. If we are in the fighting mood, we would see that. If we are in jealous mood, we would see that. Whatever we know only, we project it and see that. And here Bhagavan is saying, Yo Maha Kalabhairava, the god and goddesses, the Kali herself. Now you will see everybody as them as your reality, Kali herself or Kalabhairava himself. So share this beautiful space with them and thanking Bhagwan. The post is to just thank Bhagwan to yourself. And if you have a few minutes, if you can drop $1, we have a custom in Hinduism. Whenever we go to the temple, we make a wish and drop it, like how you have a wishing well. Same way, if you have a penny or $1, you can click on the dollar sign near the end of the chat and you can drop it. It's very, very simple. It doesn't take more than 2 minutes of your time. These things are not time consuming. It's not work, but it is growing the Kailasa space in you. Each time I'm saying something, I'm saying these manifestations should become truthful in my life as my reality and drop a coin. Each time we owe something, whenever we buy something in our shop, we believe that will become true. That was the reason why we used to drop coin in the hundi, not because the hundi is going to start earning money from us. To build a monument like a temple, these hundis do not help much, but it can be a little help on buying you in a big time. So if you drop $1 to vote yourself into that again and again, and let's thank Bhagwan with the deep gratitude and humbleness and end the session. Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate Purnamastu Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much for being till the end of the session, and see you again after next satsang, next darshan. Till then, thank you very much. Nithyanandam.